Hey guys, what's going on? Ronald here. So today I'll be giving you guys a guide on what car you should get for $1 million or less. That is 5 cars, or rather 5 vehicles that you can get for $1 million or less. Now when I say $1 million, I don't mean $1 million for a stock car. I mean everything upgraded that is performance-wise, like engine, armor, brakes, spoiler, transmission, turbo, bulletproof tires because you don't want to drive around with metal on the ground, you want rubber on the ground, and the suspension. So after spending on all these upgrades, it should cost less than $1 million. That is the criteria. So let's hop to it. Alright, let's go for the low-hanging fruit here right off the bat. Armored Kuruma. Now this thing has a lot of utility, and even to this day at level 800 plus, I still use it for missions. And of course, it still costs less than $1 million. Now with Fleeca completed, I'm not going to say the stock price, I'm just going to say the fully upgraded price. And keeping in mind, the spoiler options, of course they vary, but I'm going with the cheapest spoiler upgrade, okay? So with Fleeca Heist completed, it costs $719,950. But if you have not completed Fleeca Heist, it'll cost you a total of $893,200. I would recommend you guys complete Fleeca, that way you guys get some spending money on top of a discount on Armored Kuruma. If you blow something up near this thing, yeah, it's gonna blow up. But most enemies do not typically use explosives anyway. Of course, this is not recommended for PvP with players, but other than that, for PvE missions, they fare quite well. You're pretty much in a very fast tank. So, I'm going with the Bati 801 or Bati 801RR for my second choice. Because, well, it is an old bike, but to this day, it still holds the 5th fastest top speed on bikes and 6th fastest around the lap. That being said, you have to bump those positions up by 1 position if you're on PC or the previous generation, because we don't have HSW Hakucho drag yet. So that is 1 position we push up. But the 801RR, it only costs $15,000 stock and $110,700 for fully upgraded. It's not a lot of money. You can finish 1 round of Fleeca Heist, you can already upgrade your Bati to the max. Or maybe 2 rounds of Fleeca Heist. So I like it, Bati 801RR, because nowadays it has been overshadowed by most other bikes, namely the Hakucho drag, the Shotaro, and also the Power Surge. I would say nowadays the Power Surge is my go-to, but the Bati 801RR or the Bati 801, I would still say I would like to take it out and ride it for a bit every now and then, because, well, it's an old machine that's still in the top 5. Not many vehicles get to say that. Alright, the third one, you have a bike, you have something that's for utility like the Kuruma Armored. Now you want a Zentorno because it's the cheapest supercar I can find for under $1 million that can still perform well today. I like to compare the Zentorno to an F1 driver like Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Daniel Kvyat, Fernando Alonso, and so on. In what way? Well, basically think of them as midfield drivers that still has the potential to score a podium or win a race. Especially nowadays with much faster supercars like the Turismo Omaggio, the Krieger, Emirates, and so on. The Zentorno still can shine from time to time. Not only that, but the Zentorno also has another bit of utility to it. The back of it is completely bulletproof. So if you don't have an Armored Kuruma and you bought a Zentorno before that, I don't know why you would, but you'll have just reverse towards the enemy and shoot backwards. There, job done. Just reverse and shoot backwards. That's all you need to do. That was how we used to grief back in the day. And that was how I actually got my first GTA Online PvP death. It was from a Zentorno that was reversing towards me. I was level 2, I had no weapons other than a vintage pistol and a regular pistol. and he completely floored me. So yeah. Alright, now we have the supercar, we have a bike, we have a utility vehicle. What's next? Well, you're probably looking at something with a bit more top speed. And I have just the thing for you that is still very cheap. Because for $359,950, you can get yourself a fully upgraded Shafter V12. Now you're thinking, what? This is just a regular sedan. Now that's what's so beautiful about it. It looks like a regular sedan, but on this footage I'm showing on the screen right here, you can notice I'm going head to head with my brother. We were racing from the casino to the Procopio truck stop. And you can see, eventually, the Shafter V12 does beat out the Zentorno in terms of top speed. Yes, this normal family sedan car is faster than the Zentorno on top speed. Given enough time, of course. And this is not even in a race situation either. This is just free roam. We had to deal with traffic, of course. And yeah, just to show you how impressive it could be. Of course, nowadays you have something much faster like the Banshee GTS, I think it's called. And also the Pariah, the Italy GTO and all. But still, I like the Shafter V12 because nobody expects a sedan to go that fast that it makes the Zentorno look like a bloody, I don't know, a Caterham from F1. Alright, so let's see, what have we now? We have something for grip that is a Zentorno. We have a bike. We have a utility vehicle in Kuruma Armored. We have a top speed vehicle in Shafter V12. Now you want to have some fun. I recommend the trophy truck. Of course, this is also very good for off-roading. And not only that, but it's actually very fun to drive. It grips quite well, and off-roading with it is just very pleasurable. You don't believe me? Take the trophy truck, go up Mount Chiliad, and try to make it to the top, snap a picture, enjoy the view, and then hold the accelerator down Mount Chiliad. Be sure you get your armor upgrades first, because you don't want to smack into a tree and become confetti. So I personally love the trophy truck, even more so than some other off-roaders nowadays, because I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know why. Because nowadays they are a lot quicker. Like the Draugr, I much prefer the Draugr, but it is a bit pricey and it doesn't fit under the $1 million mark. But for, under $1 million trophy truck, I would say it's a good bit of fun to have. Pick one up and let me know how you feel. So that is it, guys, for my 5 vehicles for under $1 million. Next video will come out in about 1 to 2 weeks, I would say. That will boil down the budget even more. This time, you buy 5 vehicles. Next time, we find 5 vehicles on the street. And of course, they're going to be much cheaper. So we're going to find 5 vehicles on the street and find only those that you can keep. So something like, let's say the Faggio, of course. So, of course, Faggio is not the best, but it is fun, I guess. You'll see. 5 vehicles you can find off the streets and upgrade and keep next time. So, stay tuned and have a nice day. Goodbye, guys.